of TFNN.
Let's go to our man John from Jacksonville. John, you still on the line with us?
I'm here.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You are wonderful. What did you want to look at? Or
No. I just want to give you a big slobbery virtual kiss.
Oh.
I can't tell you how excited I am about your system. I can't tell you how much it's meant for me. I made $23,000 in about a month's time with your system. I do not have one single position that I've lost money on.
Oh, you're too
I
nice.
am just stunned. I am a moon lover.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, Money Masters. Welcome, folks. I'm Steve Rhodes, your host of the Trader's Edge, and coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. Thanks so much for joining me. This is absolutely my favorite time of the day, and today it's going to be a fantastic, incredible, outstanding day. You know, if you're in the market and you're long, this is a great day for you because when you take a look at the markets worldwide, everything is green. I mean everything. When Tom comes in here, we'll take a look at his Bloomberg in an hour or so, and everything. We'll go try to find out what's weak right now in the markets out there. But pretty much everything I'm looking at is green, and we'll see how the day ends. Now, when you have something like that, folks, you know, lots to communicate to us because if our markets, for whatever reason, start to sell off, then it's telling you, okay, we're back to problems in River City, and not that we don't have problems in River City. We just don't. We just are playing a bounce here, if you will, and it can be a real nice bounce. And hopefully you got in on it. And folks, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. Absolutely love to hear from you, and don't worry about that little anxiety build up that you have when you dial in and you call to somebody. You know, you're just going to call and you'll be a co-host with me, and you've got a chance to do it either this hour or you can do it in my hour when I'm back. A great lineup today. I'm kicking things off. Then you've got Tom and I to really rev things up. Then I'll come back again from 11 to 12, and then we've got our man Don Kaufman for the options hour, folks. And if you've ever played options or you ever have an interest in options, that's one show that you absolutely have to listen into because Don can teach you so much about options. It's a full hour, no commercial interruptions. And then from 3 to 4, we've got Ken Shreve, and then Tom will take us home from 4 to 6. And again, thanks so much, for joining us here. I know the value of your time, and I promise to deliver you a great show. You can watch us on TigerTV. I'd love you to watch us on TigerTV. Just go to the homepage of TFNN. On the third tab, you'll see the button for TigerTV. Click on that. You'll be able to follow my screens. And what I've got up on my screen right now, my favorite rock. One of my favorite places to be. It's one of my favorite angles. Even my favorite angle, folks, to be able to look at something. And what this does is this anchors me. This anchors me and gives me all the energy that I need to really get started, to totally get focused. And you, too, have anchors in your life. And you have even specific angles. If you take a look at, your spouse or what have you. If you went back to if you believe in love at first sight, and I do, I love looking at you folks out there. Although I look forward to that day when we've got that interaction when I can see all the different folks that are up, on their screens looking in while I'm also looking out at you. But if you went back, anchors are just so important, and what we want to be able to teach you here are really positive anchors. Because look, I know that 90% of people out there are afraid to death of investing in the markets because they're just simply afraid to lose money. I understand the experience of loss. What I want to be able to do is totally turn that around, and we can turn that around by being able to teach you the money game. That's what we do here. That's what I'm going to be doing this coming Saturday. Tom and I are going to be doing that from 8:30 to 11:30. It's a free workshop. Now, it's not totally free, folks, because you've got to invest your time. And I understand the value of that time. And so, but what you will get out of that, folks, is a helpful anchor. Or we will help you to reshift that anchor so that you've got the most positive thought so that you really do see things the way they are and see things better than they are, whether you're long or short. And we want to teach you that about the markets, because the market is a living, breathing organisms of everybody all around the world. And so real quickly, I'll get back to that, get back to the anchor part. And sometimes it's easiest just to go back to, your first love or how many ever loves you have. But if you go back there, go back to anybody who you truly fell in love with. If you go back to that point in time, there was an angle that you were looking at them or they were looking at you. And so, this is a spot that I actually love in the universe. Love doesn't have to just be people. Love can be the market. Love can be the outdoors. Love can be whatever it is that you've got a passion for. I happen to have a passion for everything that I love in my life. And, this is one of those things. And so what you want to do, and come join us on Saturday, because we'll teach you about the ability to anchor and how that will get you into a positive frame of mind. Whenever the universe decides to throw crap at me, and it does, it throws it at you, it throws it at each of us. The question is, what meaning are you going to give it? For me, the meaning is it's a test. It's just a way of the universe testing us to see if we really want what it is that we really want, folks. And in my case, I can just go back to this positive anchor and say, throw it at me, because I am hard. Well, I won't go there. But you know how to finish that last part of the sentence there. Anyways, folks, the markets, they're up. If you go take a look around the world, which we'll do in a few minutes, you've got the Hang Seng's up 722 points. You got to love that Hang Seng out there. You got the DAX up 230, the FTSE in the UK up 153. Our futures are up 185 in the Dow, the Nasdaq's 37, the S&P's up 21, the Russell's up 14. So we got some fireworks. We'll see some gap ups. It's a continuous gap up, gap down trading environment, and which is really beautiful. The volatility. There was our CFO here, John O'Brien, was kind enough. He was doing some reading on Saturday and came across an article in the AP CNBC. I'm not sure where he read it, but it was a CNBC poll. It was an AP article. And what it did was it polled Americans. They didn't poll me, obviously, but it polled Americans. And 62% of Americans say that they've got less confidence in investing in these markets. Now, 65% of the people that actually have investments in the markets, have, whether it's bonds, whether it's stocks, whatever it is, are also less confident about investing. And so we understand, all that is, folks, that's fear. That's fear, and we want to be able to teach you. I'll teach you parts of the money game. I'm going to show you a new tool that all of my subscribers get. I think it's the most important aspect of trading. It's not about where you enter the market. It's not about where you exit the market. Absolutely, those are factors, folks. It's about position sizing. And when you get your head wrapped around position sizing, what you will understand is it is the most powerful, it is the most empowering aspect of trading. I got an email. Well, I get emails from you folks all the time, and I can't thank you enough. Keep those emails coming. My email is steve@tfnn.com. I love hearing from folks, whether it's by phone, whether it's by email. And, I got one just before we were coming on the air. Well, it came on at 8:22 from a subscriber. Said, I subscribed to your newsletter when it was first introduced. For the first time, I feel that I have a partner in trading. Your hard work and transferring your knowledge to us is appreciated. Keep up the good work. I love that email. Another one, folks, I'm talking about the tool that I created, the tool of the probability calculator, the position size calculator. I got an email from someone last night. I talk a lot about when you're taking a look at your stops, taking a look at the average true range, understanding the volatility, because if you've done your work and you're ready to come in on a stock, folks, that average true range, you shouldn't get stopped out. Whether you're trading a daily chart, a weekly chart, a 10-minute chart, whatever it is you're trading, you need to understand that volatility that's within inside those bars. And the best way to do it is take a look at the last 10 bars, if you will. For our service, we are pretty much trading a daily trading service. That doesn't mean that we're day traders. It just means on a daily basis, I'm looking for entry points into a stock, or sell points, exit points, and taking a look at patterns. If you're looking at my screen right now, folks, what you're looking at here is you're looking at a Gartley sell pattern. Now, We can go back and take a look at, I think I had a 30-minute chart up on the ES Mini yesterday. We can go take a look at that. And I showed the .618 version of this. When a .618 Gartley fails, what it's doing is giving you information and it's telling you that you're going to go up to that next level. The next level is .786. There's only really 5 numbers that you have to learn. And when I say you have to, folks, you've got to make it a must. Because if you want to, which I know you do, I mean, I know the importance of being able to learn how to make money. It is, you know, look, money's not going to buy you happiness, but money and your finances are a means to be able to provide, whether it's for your loved ones, whether it's to be able to provide for others out there, you know, because you are a generous group of folks. We are all generous. We all like to help our brothers, our sisters, you know, our friends, our neighbors. We absolutely like to do that. And what I'm looking at here again is and so one of the ways to help you is to help you understand how the markets communicate to us, because they are constantly communicating to us. And this money game, it's not that tough. It's not that tough when you put it all together. It's not that difficult when you have coaches like we have around here. Myself, for example, you know, Tom is the leader of the coaches. You've got, you know, just like what we've got coming up today. Don Kaufman, all about training. Ken Shreve, you know, Tom, you know, Basil yesterday, David White yesterday. All folks willing to be able to teach you and help you to understand these markets. They are not that difficult. We don't want to make, you know, we want to give you the right tools so that you can get on with your life and start putting your financial fortune, you know, start making it. And, you know, the email last night where I've talked about these average true ranges, and the email basically said, you know, he listened to my stuff, he did some work on his own, you know, and really is understanding what it is about mastering money, really is understanding what it is about position sizing, and he's up 32% since he started taking my advice. So I want you to be able to do that as well, folks. And so when we're taking a look at this chart up on the screen, and when it comes to Gartley patterns or butterfly patterns, you know, you hear us talk about that because it's really the opportunity to understand where the market is breathing and where it's going to. This coming Wednesday at 6:30, Tom is putting together, he has put together, he's doing a workshop, a webcast from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and it's all about Gartleys. More importantly, it's about the Tiger Gartley and the Tiger Butterfly, and you really want to be able to understand that. So go to the homepage of TFNN. You can sign up for that as well. And what this shows us here, this shows us that when we get to the 1191 area, that's the number that's on my screen right now. That's when we start getting into the .786. Well, if we really go take a look at things on the, what else is in that 1191 area? Well, we talk about swing points, and swing points are where you see really a defined shift in the market. So if the market is moving up, it's where you start to see a defined shift in the market moving down. If the market's moving down, you know, it really becomes that low, if you will, that sticks out at you. And you'll see swing points with inside swing points, and don't worry about it. Don't oversweat it. You know, what's the importance? Why one better than the other? You know, I try to take a look at, you know, something that's really, really specific, where you really see, you know, some type of change in trend here. And so on the 120-minute chart right now, what I'm taking a look at is the 11:30 time frame on September the 20th. I believe that's exactly what I mentioned yesterday. And you'll see the high of that bar is 1190 or 1214.50, and the low is 1194.50. 1194.50. I said 1191.93 is where you would get a Gartley sell pattern. So we'll see how we come into that swing point on the ES Mini. It'll give us a lot of information. If you're coming into there with some volume, folks, it says the market wants to go to the top of that area, 1214. 877-927-6648.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, Everbank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
According to a recent survey conducted by CNBC, 65% of Americans are less confident about their investing due to the market's recent volatility. Even worse, just as many people believe their best days are behind them. Don't buy into it, folks, because they're dead wrong. And to prove it, Tom O'Brien and I are hosting a free workshop, Money Mastery, this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay, where we'll teach you how to obliterate those 5 elements that are jeopardizing your family's well-being. We'll teach you how to play the money game, what you can expect, and how to get extraordinary results. And don't tell yourself you don't have the resources. You absolutely do. All you need is 3 hours of time this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Go to the homepage of tfnn.com and sign up for Money Mastery now. We look forward to seeing you there.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks. TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. Let's go to our first caller, Mark from Connecticut. Mark, thanks for calling in.
Actually, you know me. I'm from New Hampshire, but I'm heading to Connecticut because I'm building a gas station right next to Mohegan Sun.
Are you really?
Yeah.
How'd you land that deal?
We're doing a station. What's going on is they're giving them a station that they can use for only the employees and the buses that come in at a lower price of fuel.
Oh, that's great. Now, are you you're on the construction side of it?
Yeah, I'm a general and a site.
Oh, that's great.
And also I do pile driving and sheet piling. And when you put tanks in next to buildings and roads, you really need to put sheets of steel in the ground so that you protect the guys that go down in the hole and work.
Yeah, yeah. Now, is that, I haven't been to that casino, but is that thing still continuing to grow?
It's the largest casino in the world right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, you figure it's got, one heck of a population to pull from, so absolutely amazing. Hey, good for you. Good for you. Be safe driving.
Yeah, I'm all set. Scott always gives me the right thing to do, which is growl and prowl.
Oh, good. Okay, that's great. That's
Hey,
great.
listen, I want to change my. I was going to look at gold, but I kind of know what's going on.
Okay.
I want to look at MGM because I picked it up at 10:03 yesterday.
Okay, give me a second here to go ahead and call that up. Well, I got to reduce this screen here. So okay, so we got MGM and another great casino, as well as I imagine they've still got I don't know all their holdings. So you picked it up at 10:03. It closed yesterday at 10:64. And where's your stop on it? Do you know where your stop is?
980.
980. So I'm going to just quickly, I'm going to pull up my little calculator. I want to see what the average true range on MGM is, and so we can take a quick look at that. So on a daily basis, the true range on that's been 50 cents. So, a good stop on that would be about $1.25 or so. And you say your stop is at
80.
980. Okay, so maybe a little bit tight. Okay, so 980. So now, where are you looking to? What is good is you got over this downdraft, so you're going to have to be careful. Now, the downdraft I'm talking about is August 18th, and
my whole point is just to get 11.15. I'm trying to get 11.15 out of it.
Yeah, 11.15. So, folks, where he's headed is he is headed for the August 15th swing point, and he's got 15 million shares up there. So what you want to take, that's one area that he's taking a look at. Another area that he's taking a look at is the September 20th area, which had 32 million shares. So you're going to get probably a lot of great information released to you today, because if you're coming into the low, if you're coming into 1102 with more than 32 million shares, now you'll get into that, I imagine, pretty quickly. So if I just pull this back on probably a 30-minute time frame, let's take a look at that there. And, what this is showing us, in fact, folks, here's an interesting thing, and maybe this is why Mark was looking at it. If you go back to the 10 o'clock time frame on September the 20th, what you'll see is this thing gapped up, and it gapped up with $7.8 million. The low on that was 11.11, and the high was 11.43. So, it looks to me like you should be able to get right into that 11.11. You were saying 11.15?
Yeah, I was getting a little bit greedy, but
well, I tell you what, though, no, I don't think so. I think let it get into that bar. I mean, take a look at it. The problem is you're going to be out there in your construction stuff, so you'll have to what you'll have to do.
It just takes seconds for me to push the buttons, and I got my BlackBerry so fast.
Okay, good.
It.
Yeah, what you want to do is
I'm in my trading account doing whatever I want. It takes me about 5 minutes.
Yeah, here's what I would do: is when you get up to 11, when you get up to that 11 area, if your trading plan was to go ahead and take your bread off from there, maybe only take half of it off and start putting a trailing stop in there. And,
I'll take half and then trail it.
Yeah.
What do you think a trail should be, like 5% or?
Well, at this stage here, once you get up there, you probably could use that at least one full day of that average true range. You probably could use that at least 50 cents on that. So
okay.
I mean, what that's going to do is that basically what you're going to be doing there is you're going to be moving your order up to break even.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll sell half and. We'll see how at 3:30 whether or not
that's great.
I'll put the stop in on the second half.
That's great. Okay, hey, Mark, drive safe. Thanks for calling. 877-927. A nice trade out there. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market.
You can take advantage of this traders market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley of Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648, and we're off to the races. The markets are open, and out the gate is the Dow. It's up 202. The S&Ps are up 21. The composite up 30. The small caps up 13. We'll go take a look at those ETFs and index to see where they're going in just a minute. Now, what I've got up on my screen, again, you can watch this on TigerTV. Just go to the TFNN homepage. On the third tab, you'll see TigerTV. You'll be able to follow my screens live. And what's cool about the patterns that we trade here, it really doesn't matter what vehicle it is, what ETF, what stock, what futures contract, what index. Doesn't really matter what it is that we're looking at. The patterns still work the same. And what I'm taking a look at right now, folks, is the continuous contract on the 30-year Treasury bond. And one of the things that you'll see is it made a nice butterfly pattern. And again, Tom is teaching a class on the Gartleys and butterflies. That is on Wednesday evening, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Absolutely a great investment in yourself to go over and understand these patterns, because now that we're in this pattern here, and And what you're going to take a look at, and a butterfly pattern, folks, is an expansion of swing points. The expansion is really this point here. I've got it marked on my screen as X because X marks the spot. And where I started this pattern was on the August 18th time frame. And the low there, again, that swing point, we saw a definite change in trend was September 1st. Well, the expansion of that value, of that swing point, is a 2.0 value, if you will. In essence, took us up towards the high. It's 1.94 exactly. Now, it also completed an ABC pattern. The A point being that September 1st time frame, that was our A. Our B point was September 12th, and then we came down to the C point, the low of September 16th. The 1-to-1 brought us to 145.200. We traded all the way up to 147. Completed the pattern there. And now what you can do is you can take a look at when you have these butterfly patterns, what you want to do is you want to use your retracement tool, and you want to go from your A to D. That where you had that AB equals CD pattern, if you will. Now, in this case here, the CD was an extension of that AB, not a complete 1 to 1.272, but still an extension of that. Well, if you use your retracement tool, go from the A to D point, what will happen, folks, on the butterfly patterns, on the Gartley patterns, when I say always, I mean like 90+% of the time, you will at least see it pull back to that 0.382 area. As it's pulling into there, that'll, sometimes it'll back off if it's just a normal breathing move, just a normal race that it's running, and then you're going to take a look at, well, as it backs off there, usually it'll back off to maybe about the 0.382 or the 0.618. Even the 0.786 area before it starts continuing that move down. Well, in this case here, when we take a look at the Treasury bonds, it just sliced through that 0.382 retracement area. That means it's on its way to the 0.618. Well, the 0.618, folks, that would be 139.19. Now, when you're taking a look at what else is out there, and it's beautiful how these patterns set up, how volume and price analysis come in. If you were to go take a look at the continuous contract, what sticks out at you? What sticks out at you are a couple of bars. Actually, the bar here that I'm looking at, I've got the wrong bar drawn. I would say the August 8th time frame, the high there, 135.09. So what that says is, folks, that we could see the Treasury bonds pull all the way back to that A point, that 135 area, because that's where you've got some, that's where you've got a high volume par that really kind of sticks out at you. And so, it makes sense. Now, many times when I see a butterfly pattern retrace beyond the 0.786 area here, and that would be 137.19, folks, what it will do, as it did an expansion on the way up, it'll do an expansion on the way down. So what that would do, that would say that the bonds would be pulling back all the way to the 131 area. You want to talk about that would be a trip, folks. That would mean that we'd have all kinds of money coming out of the bond market that would be going into the stock market. We'll have to see how this plays out, but that's how the correlation has been here. So that's the bonds. When we get back from our next break here, folks, you give me a call if you'd like, 877-927-6648, or we'll go take a look at the ETFs out there. We'll look at the diamonds, the SPYs, the small caps, the IWM, and the Qs. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining me here. We've got the Dow up 208, S&P's up 21, the NASDAQ up 38, small caps up 13. And so speaking of the small caps, what I've got up on my screen here, folks, is the IWM. That is the ETF that really assimilates the small caps, the Russell 2000. We take a look at that here. First, the IWM, if you go back to, I think it was maybe Wednesday, Thursday last week, probably Thursday, during the show here, I gave a couple of signals as the market was really moving down. There were two indexes that we wanted to focus on. The two indexes were the strength and the weakness. Well, the weakness was the IWM. Now, what was a beautiful setup here on the IWM, folks, was that we were going into that August 9th date. That August 9th date on the IWM had 207 million shares. The low on that was 63.76. What the IWM did was it came in on September the 22nd, got down to a low of 63.49, rejected that swing point going back to August 9th that did it on 159 million shares versus 207 million shares. So you had a rejection of price and volume. Now, the volume that we had down there, absolutely still some good volume, and I expect that we'll be back down there. The question is when. Right now we're playing this bounce here, if you will, and seeing what else happens in the marketplace. We'll track the volume. We'll watch things on an intraday basis. We'll watch things on a daily basis. Now, yesterday, if you just take a look at yesterday's action, as the market came off of the lows, and folks, you can see here, if you're just looking, if you're following us on Tiger TV, you can see I've got the lines drawn here, so you can see the volume that it was going against. You can see the price that it was going against. It's an area where your back is up against the wall. Now, look, on that day, there was nothing but fear out there. All the markets were red, nothing but fear. And, it looked like the world was going to fall apart. But the volume analysis piece of it was telling you that really wasn't the case. In fact, the volume analysis was telling you your back was up against the wall. If you understood the money management piece of it, in fact, what you want to do is you really want to be able to use a system like my position size calculator. I know I mentioned that earlier. I'll tell you what, we'll go into the position size calculator during my 11 to 12 o'clock show there. I'll pull it up. We'll take a look at some stocks so you can better understand that, folks. And now, if we take a look at yesterday, what did the small caps do? Well, the small caps, came up with 75 million shares, and what it was going into the downdraft, if you will, from September 21st, had 81 million shares on the way down. Yesterday, it was coming up with 75 million shares, so not bad, but you'd like to see it get some more energy. You'd like to see it get some more conviction behind it. So we'll see how today plays out and where this thing could be going to all the way back up to the swing point of September 16th, which also has 75 million shares. If we just take a look at the retracement, right now what you can see is looks like the small caps want to get to that 68.77. That's the 0.618 of the last move down between the last swing points we're looking at, September 16th, and it was the high, and September 22nd being the low. And once it gets up to there, folks, then that 0.786 is 70.20. Well, if we just go dig down, and what I'm going to do here by digging down, I mean, we're going to drill down, go from a daily chart into a 10-minute chart. On a 10-minute chart, folks, there is a swing point from August the 9th, or maybe it might not even be a swing point, but there is a high volume bar out there. I'm not going to go all the way back to it, but it was August 9th. You want to go ahead and take a look at it for those of you that got the charting tools that allow you to do that. And that August 9th, there was a trade of 9.6 million shares during that 10-minute time frame. Just to give you an idea of what we had here when we came down and we made the lows. We came down with 7 million. When we actually made the low there, we only made it with 4 million shares. Now, as we work our way back up, and the we being the IWM, if you will here, folks, as the IWM starts to work its way back up, you can expect it to run into some resistance right in that $69 area, because it's going to be coming in to all of the folks that had shares there, the fund that had shares there. And sometimes the frame of mind, in the frame of mind, folks, is so important in understanding the money game. The mindset is absolutely everything. And so you want to understand, if you're in the long trade here, because we have so many people that play the triple ETFs, the TZA, the TNA. In this case here, folks should be taking a look at, if you're in the TZA and you're short from a higher place up and you've given yourself a pretty decent stop, and maybe you're an investor these days in the TZA or what have you, because of the longer-term aspects, then, where you're going to see your first piece of information really released to you is once you get up into that, on the 10-minute bar, once you get into that August 9th area, expect some real resistance there. Now, if it comes crashing through there, what you'd want to take a look at is you want to take a look at the actual candle. How big is the bar? What kind of volume is it as you're coming in there? If you get up over that, what you'd expect is you'd expect a test down to the lower side of that bar. If it holds there, then it's going to go up to the high of that swing point. And I believe that high area, folks, is somewhere around that 71.28 area. And what we'll see is, we'll see it how it gets into there. Those are the retracement areas, somewhere between 68.77 and 70.20, and you've got that volume. So you want to understand, the volume piece of this. Let's go take a look at the other ETFs that are out there. And if we take a look at the other ETFs, we'll take a look at let's go look at the SPYs. So as we take a look at the SPYs here, and let me pull that up on my screen, we're taking a look at the SPYs. Right now they're trading at 118.32. I've got a bunch of new moons, full moons, things of that sort in there. And what the SPYs have done is the SPYs right now have gotten back into a trading range that was really established back inside, and this is a channel line here, folks, back inside. It was established on August 9th. Everything right now, our frame of reference really is that August 9th date when we had the lows that we established here. Now, what you can take a look at on the SPYs did not get all the way down to the low of that August 9th area. The low there was 110.27. Now, when you do that, and the low that it got down to, folks, it got down to a low of 111.30. It did that on September 22nd. Did it with 512 million shares. It was going into 709 million shares. So again, you can see that it was light. Now, what you like to do with regard to trading tools, the S&Ps, were not what I had focused on when I was doing the show. I said that, last week, let's take a look at strength, which were the Qs. Let's take a look at weakness, which was the IWM. Now, what you do like is you like when there's synergy amongst all of the indexes. The S&P cash did not give that to us, but later on that evening or early in the morning, the ES Mini, the S&P futures contract, gave us a nice Gartley buy pattern. When you connect that with the fact that the small caps rejected price and volume at the lows, the diamonds also did the same thing. The S&Ps finished the Gartley buy. It was the reason to go long and take a long trade. Anyways, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then EverBank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, EverBank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the frontofTFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 250, the S&P's up 25, the Composite up 47, small caps up 16. And thanks so much for joining me. And please stick around, because coming up next, you've got Tom O'Brien and myself, the Money Master Show. And right now, folks, if you're long the Qs, what you want to take a look at is you want to take a look at Apple, because it's the heaviest weighting inside the Qs. That's nothing new to you. Now, yesterday when we were on the show, when Tom and I were doing the Money Master Show, and we were taking a look at the markets, you know, I went right over to the Apple. I went right over to Apple and went on to the Apple chart on a 10-minute basis. And it's really where you really want to understand where breakouts are having, where there's a signature there. And it's really nice to let the market, if you were looking to go long Apple, and you drilled down into an Apple chart and you had the 10-minute chart out, what this was showing you is, boy, what would be a nice buy on Apple was not at 422, but if Apple pulled back right into the, let's see here, the exact price would have been right around $399.13 to $392.62. That would have been, I said 392.66. That would have been a real nice area. It would have come right back to where Apple had broken out. And the breakout on the 10-minute chart that you were looking at here, folks, was Apple broke out with 3.5 million shares. What did it do yesterday? It came back to 391.30 area. It did that with 1.1 million shares. It actually gave you a really great signal on the 10-minute chart at 1040 when it had 588,000 shares. And then the following 10-minute bar had 658 million shares. So, we were giving that trade away for those folks that, in essence, were day traders and were looking to get in on Apple. And now what Apple's done on the 10-minute chart, it's already completed an A to B equals C to D. There was a 1-to-1 would have taken Apple to 404.74. Well, Apple is on the marathon. It's running the hurdles this morning, so it jumped right over that 404.74, opened up above that area. The 1 to 1.272 was 407.58. It's traded at 407.29 right now. Looks to me like where Apple's going to give us the next piece of information is when it gets into that 411 area. When it gets up there, there's a little gap that's open as well, and that gap had 1.2 million shares in that area. So if you come into that gap on more than that, we'll see Apple. We'll probably see Apple move back up towards the top of its range. But 411 area, that's the next area of resistance, and right above that would be the 416 area. If we go back and take a look at the diamonds here real quickly, before we get out of this segment is over, if we take let's take a look at the dollar index here real quickly, because it's really all about the U.S. dollar. It's really all about currency, folks. When you take a look at when you take a look at the markets, what you really want to understand is really currency, because it's really currency that is controlling so much of what's going on here. We saw the dollar index form a Gartley sell pattern. We pointed that out to folks. That was in the 79.40 area. It stayed around there for about 3 days, and then it gave it up. Today it's pulling back. It's trading at 78.11, folks, and where it looks like the dollar index. Remember I talked about the Gartleys and the butterfly patterns and how you will typically, 90+% of the time, see it at least, when these patterns are working, see it at least pull back to the 0.382 area. Well, on the dollar index, that would be 76.90. We're trading at 78.10 right now. So if you think there's some juice in the markets here with the Dow being up 250 and we're at 78.10 and this is going to pull back in that 76.90 area, folks, you'll see some juice when we get back there. So that's on the dollar index. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I want you to stay tuned for the show that Tom and I do. It's always a pleasure to kick things off here at TFNN. And folks, you've got an amazing power within yourself, and that power will bring about miraculous outcomes. That power is so strong, folks, it will cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, but mostly turn you into magnificent money masters. We'll be right back, folks. Good morning, traders. Hi, folks. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge. I absolutely love being here with you. I know the value of your time, and I am grateful for your presence here today. Folks, you can watch this show on TigerTV. Just go to the homepage of TFNN on the third tab. You will see the button for Tiger TV. You get to watch this show live. You want to do that because you get to take a look at my screens. I promise to teach you something about the markets. And, if there's a little confusion out there, one of the greatest things about a little confusion is that it means you're just about to learn something. You realize that most folks, when they go ahead and they set their sights on something, they say, this is what I want. And when you set your sights on something, folks, be like working out. Let's say you're working out, and you're doing some curls or something. And, folks, let's say you're doing curls with, 15 pounds or something like that. Do you want to step up to 16 pounds? Absolutely not. What you want to do is you want to at least go up 5 pounds, right? I don't even know that they make a 16-pound. I guess you could use a 16-pound bowling ball. But you want to do something where you're really going to have to stretch. Well, whether it's in lifting weights or whether it's a mental exercise, whether it's learning the markets, whatever it is that you set your sight on, because I know you're an outstanding person out there, what you want to do is, even though you're trying to grasp something, even though you're trying to learn something, even though you're trying to get at something, but you just aren't able to get there, that's nothing more than the universe just testing us. That's how the universe does it. It wants to make sure that you really want what it is that you want. And when you bust through those areas, okay, and the confusion is nothing more than you telling yourself, than the universe telling yourself, you're just about to learn something. Now, there's really two things that you can learn. You can learn that, I'm so frustrated, I'm not going to get it, the heck with it. Now, that's what probably 99.8% of the people do out there. But you're one of the 0.02%, I know it. And even if you start to think a little bit like those 99.8% people, don't do it. Don't buy into that, folks, because what I want you to do is I want you to bust through. Because when you bust through, folks, what happens is the rewards that you get out there, they're extraordinary. You get more rewards by being able to bust through than anything else in life. So if you're just trying to understand what's going on with the markets, you're trying to understand the patterns that we talk about, maybe some of the sacred geometry numbers, and you still don't just get it, that's really cool. Because you're about to learn something. It might not be today. It might be tomorrow. It might be Saturday if you come join me at the workshop that I'm doing, the free workshop that Tom and I are hosting, that we're putting on for you. It's free, absolutely free, 8:30 to 11:30 in Tampa. It's at the Hyatt. I think it's the Hyatt in Tampa. It's called the Grand Hyatt. It is right off of Highway 60, just outside the airport. Beautiful setting for sure. 8:30 to 11:30. We'll have you out of there for football Saturday. And, absolute great time. Now, you want to show up. You want to be showing up with your best frame of mind, because then I'm going to improve upon it. We're going to get you to an outstanding level. We're going to get you so that you are able to visualize and understand all of those incredible rewards that are available just to you. So, and we take a look at the markets right now. You've got the Dow up 270, the S&P's up 227, the composite up 57, small caps up 20. We've got a lot of astro events that have taken place over the last couple of days. Today you've got a new moon. This is typically where you would be selling. So, you got to be a little careful here. We're going to be looking for some signals. On this bounce here, is this just a couple day bounce? And we'll take a look at it. It's why you want to understand volumes. You want to understand how maybe these ETFs are moving into their swing points, or what retracement level they're at. Right now on the screen here, folks, what I've got up is I've got the small caps, I've got the IWM, and if you take a look at it, you can see I've got my retracement and expansion ruler. I've got a great tool on my software. You want to make sure that you've got something similar on your software package as well. And all I'm doing is just simply a tool that measures the distance, if you will, between swing points. And swing points are nothing more than when you see a turn in the marketplace. In the case of the small caps, on a daily chart, what you're looking at, folks, is you're looking at the September 16th high. On the small caps, that was at 72.03. And when you look at the low, it was at $63.49. That happened on the 22nd. And when you take that ruler out and you do a little bit of measurement from the top to the bottom, what you can see is the 0.618 area. And that's the floor, folks. If you're ever in Clearwater, I'd love you to come visit us. We're at Suite 618, and 618 is one of those numbers that you want to remember, because it's a number and a retracement area where you should see some type of resistance. You should see people getting off the floor. And the question is going to be, how many folks are getting off the floor? Now, the easiest way to test that out is to be able to drill down into some intraday charts, maybe a 10-minute chart, a 30-minute chart, a 60-minute chart, a 120-minute chart. You want to understand what's going on inside this. You want to understand that if you are, trading the markets. And we really do want you to, we want you to be an investor in some equities, but we really want you to understand that this game, this money game, is really about learning how to trade. You don't have to be a day trader, but with this volatility that we have that's out here, it doesn't take that much of your time to be able to place trades. What you need is you need a system, you need a coach, you need somebody that's able to help you understand the money management game, can provide you with the information so that you can also do the work on your own, or you can rely on that information, folks, so that you can go ahead and put your money to work so that you've got the right reward to risk in place, and then try to understand the interpretation of what's going on here. So on the small caps, you're looking at the 618 being $68.77. What we've done so far this morning as the small caps got up to $68.64. 13 cents difference, folks. We're not exact. We don't live in a world of perfection because it's absolutely, positively the lowest standard that you can ever live up to. What you want to be, folks, you want to be extraordinary. You want to be outstanding. Well, in my book, this is outstanding. This is where you would expect to see folks getting off of that elevator. And if you dig down here, we'll go ahead and do it. We'll dig down into the 10-minute chart, and we'll go ahead and pull up the 10-minute chart on the small caps. Give me just one moment to do that. And by the way, you can always call me here, 877-927-6648. Totally, absolutely would be gassed to hear from you. Love to hear from you. And if you take a look at the small caps here, you can see how we gapped up this morning. When we closed yesterday, you closed with let's see here, it's 5.3 million shares into the close. The price range was 66.07 all the way up to 66.48, so not a wide price range or anything like that. And what you want to see is you want to see that area hold. If the market, were to pull back, and I don't expect that it's going to pull back here today, if the market does start pulling back today, it is signaling to us that this was nothing more than just a real small bounce, and you are in that new moon sell pattern. And in this case here, let's see what we've done is you can see the volume up at that top. There's not a lot of people getting off the elevator. There's not a lot of people getting on the elevator. If we take a look at candles, we're taking a look at the size of a candle. You're not seeing anything significant here right now. So is this a race that has just been run? We've done a couple of sprints, and everybody is kind of, taking their breath, if you will. And are we going to take off from here? So it's important when you have all the markets up the way that they are. If we're the lead dog, you're the lead dog, it's really important for us to finish up at its highs. If we go tool around the world, we ought to do that because we've got the DAX that's closing at 11.15. DAX has been, one of those bellwethers that we've taken a look at. And one of the things that's, now I don't have the volume on the DAX. I think I've got the ETF up here, but you still would want to really see the volume of the DAX. But what you can see is that the DAX, having been one of those weak links, it's really attacked that 916 swing point. The high out there was 56.55. And let's see, what did it get up to so far today? It got up to a high of 56.38. So it's coming in to that swing point. Would love to have the volume on this. And the reason is because if you're coming into that swing point with volume and you stop just before it, which it has, the DAX is going to be open for another 14 minutes, so we'll see where that closes by the end of this show here. If you stop just before it and you're coming in there with volume, then it's telling you that it's really taking a rest to be able to smash through that area. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go take a look at the FTSE in the UK, see where they're at. And let's pull that index up here, and what you can see there. Now, what's cool about the FTSE is it actually made a Gartley buy pattern. And the Gartley buy pattern, folks, it's nothing more than an A to B equals C to D. And in fact, if you would like to understand the Gartley buy pattern, there's no better time than Wednesday evening, 6:30 to 8. Tom is doing a workshop, and he'll show you the Gartley patterns. He'll show you the Tiger Gartley. This is something that you really want to learn. You want to have this in your toolbox. I can't imagine going into my garage and not having the right tools to either go ahead and maintain your home, maintain your car, whatever it is, the items that you're going to maintain. Well, in this case here, folks, if you're maintaining your life and wealth is part of it, then you want to be able to have this tool in your toolbox. In this case here, you've got the Gartley pattern. It completed an AB equals CD, did a 0.786 retracement, had a expansion between swing points of kind of what we'll call as a junior Fibonacci expansion number. Folks, and there's really 5 that you need to memorize. It's 0.618, 0.786, 0.382, 1.272 are the expansions, 1.618 is an expansion, and every now and then you'll see these, what I'll call these junior ones, if you will. They still have meaning, and that'd be 1.414. In that case here, that's exactly what the FTSE did. That was a Gartley sell. Now, in a Gartley sell pattern, folks, what you typically, if you just simply take your retracement tool, going from your A to your A to your D point. In this case here, you would go from the high that was on the 1st of September, around the 54.49 area, down to the low of September 23rd, and that was in the 49.28. What you will see, what's interesting here about the FTSE in the UK, is you can see that today, on its way up, it sliced through the 0.382. It sliced through the 0.618 area. And in case, let's take a look here. I'm going to take that off. And right now, what the FTSE is doing, it has not gotten up to the top of its swing point, which would be the September 16 time frame. And the low there is 53.37. It's trading at 52.80 right now. You got a strong bar here. But these markets, they're absolutely wild. This is like being in a theme park, if you will. If we take a look around the world a little bit further here, let's go take a look at what other index should we look at here? Let's go take a look at the Nikkei. Let's take a look at the Nikkei, which is in Japan, folks. And in Japan, now this is interesting. On Japan chart, folks, what you can see is some huge wide range bars. The wide range bars really started on, and now what I've got up here, I've got a daily chart, really started in March of 2010. Oh, we're going to be going to break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Nikkei. We'll dig into some of the other charts. We'll go take a look at the Qs, take a look at the top 10 holdings in there, see what's going on. Love to hear from you. Give me a call, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then EverBank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, EverBank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. EverBank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call EverBank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. EverBank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG. X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining me. Love being here with you. And before we went to break, we're going to look at the Nikkei. Let's just go straight over to the top 10 in the Qs, because I absolutely do want to teach you something. And the Qs, folks, a weighted index, the top 10 stocks that are inside there represent about 54% of this. This was as of last week, so I haven't checked to see if anything fell out and something came back in. But this is close enough for us right now. And if we take a look at, see, we got a couple callers. Let's take a look at a couple stocks in here first, and then we'll go to our caller. So we're taking a look at Google, certainly one of the top 10 inside the Qs, folks. And what you're taking a look at here is you're taking a look at the swing point of September the 20th. The swing point low there is 542.67. The high is 558.52. You had 2.7 million shares. We're trading at 543. So we're trading, at the low area of that swing point. The volume that we've done in the first 2 hours of trading has been 1.26, 1.3 million. So this is telling me, okay, that if the volume continues, we're coming into that swing point with volume. But what you want to see, you got to see it close over that 542.67. Okay, so you want to go ahead and jot that down, maybe come back to that around the 4 o'clock time frame to take a look at where the Qs are going. Now we're going to continue. We're going to do all 10 stocks here. Not going to do them all at this second. Let's go take a look at Amgen. So we're going to take a look at Amgen. AMGN is the symbol on that. Now Amgen is showing a pretty nice pattern. When you take a look at Amgen, when you also want to take a look at these stocks, you want to go take a look at some of the high-volume bars, if you will. And the high-volume bar that we've got in Amgen comes all the way back to April 29th. And the low on that bar is $55.87. The high is $57. You're trading at $56.50. You had 19 million shares right now. So that's, an area of support and resistance that you want to take a look at. Amgen happens to be setting up, looks like it may be setting up A to B equals C to D. That would take it to its highs at the $60.67 range. Now, what's also up there, folks, is the swing point going back to May 19th when Amgen made its highs at 61.53. So you want to pay attention to this stock. Now, this stock here pulled back like everything else for the most part in the market did, and right now it's attacking its swing point from September 20th. Now, it hasn't gotten to the bottom of that. The bottom of that swing point is 56.71. The high that we've gotten to so far today is 56.57. So 56.57 versus 56.71. Let's say that Amgen doesn't make it up there. The swing point volume that you have is 5.2 million shares, 5.168 million shares. Today you've done 1.3 million. 1.3, 2.6. To me, it doesn't look like Amgen is going to have the power to power into that swing point. So you'd actually like to see it building some volume, have more volume than yesterday, or get into that swing point and close inside there, whether it be on lighter volume. If you're looking for the Qs to go higher, because the Qs had let us up, and the Qs are a little bit weak right now, so you want to dig into the Qs just simply to understand what's going on. But we'll come back to the other ones. Let's go to our caller. Let's go to Sam in Canada. Sam, thanks for calling in.
Hello, Steve. How are you today? Great to talk to you again.
Yeah, nice to hear your voice as always. How are things up in Newfoundland these days?
Well, things are really good. We're having an extended summer up here, and we did get a Hurricane Maria came in, but it didn't seem to do too much damage.
Now, was that the only hurricane that really came in?
Yep.
Okay, it was. And now, when it came up there, was it a Category 1 at that stage?
Category 1 when it hit, yes. But most of the wind and rain were offshore, so we got away really good.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So now, at this stage, have all of the leaves already changed colors up there, and they're starting to?
No, our leaves are still very green yet. There's a little turn started, but here it's we're farther east, and so we get a late spring normally.
Yeah.
The leaves are a little later leaving, so no, they're quite green. Everything's very green here yet.
And now, how much longer do we have to go before we're kind of out of the hurricane season? Do we have another month or so before?
About another month, but it officially doesn't end until November. But
yeah,
still storms forming out there.
Oh, there are. I think I looked at the weather over the weekend. It seemed like there were 3 back-to-back, but didn't look like they were going to hit the U.S.
No, you look okay so far.
Good. So, Sam, you wanted to take a look at...
I want to look at a stock that I've been in a couple times, but I got in again yesterday.
Okay.
PANL.
PANL. And
it's doing very well.
Yeah, that's great. Now, today you're up to 55.15, so you got in yesterday somewhere between the low of 48.74.
Yeah, I'm in around 49.50 range.
49.50. Okay, that's great. Now, what's nice about this, Sam, we're going to break. If you'd be kind enough to hold on, we'll come back. We'll take a look at PANL. And, folks, if you'd like to get in on the action, just give us a call, 877-927-6648. When we get back, we'll go take a look at PANL. Be right back, folks.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer, prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648, and we're on the phone with our man Sam from Newfoundland, and he is in panel, which is Universal Display. Symbols PANL, and in and around the 4950 area. Now, Sam, what's your price target on this? How are you looking to play this?
Well, I was hoping that if it got real strong, it would run back up to that $60 level.
Sure.
That it was at before. But on the other hand, I've been raising the stop here all morning, so
good for you.
Go back on me.
Yeah, good for you.
I have a good profit on it now, so I want to make sure I maintain that.
Absolutely, a nice trade for sure, folks. And now, were you using the 3x3 as part of your entry in that?
I always use my 3x3, as you know.
That's great.
And I've been using my TT charts, and I've used. I also have it on a 1-minute chart with free charts.
Ah, okay, great. Now, folks,
someone in the den provided me.
Okay, that's great. Now, folks, what Sam's looking at, he's looking at a swing point from September the 20th that had 1.8 million shares. The high on that he's trying to get out of it is $60.28. The low is $55.24. It's trading at $55.16, so it's already traded up into that swing point, actually. Now, the volume in the first 2 hours of trading is 620,000 shares. So, and you had 1.8 million. So you're going to have to watch how the volume builds on this thing, and it looks to me like it's starting to get the juice. When you're taking a look at the shorter term charts, what was it showing you?
It's saying that that it should have good support in around $54 area, and it's saying that it's just gone through a little bit of a downturn, and it's starting to technicals and stochastic momentum and MACD is starting to turn up again. So
yeah, this is really
pretty good.
Yeah, it's really a great it's a great looking stock chart, folks. And what I'm talking about there is you love to be in stocks. Just think about it like this: you love to be in stocks where the majority of the folks that are in it are in a winning position. Because if you're looking at it from more of a long-term investment standpoint, I know that's not what Sam is looking at it. It's still nice to be in a chart. Now in this case here, it really needs to clear its highs. But if you go back to the high, Sam, and you know this, if you go back to the high in April 6, 2011, it made a high with only 2.2 million shares. So it shouldn't take much for it to get up over that. And on this last retracement, this last little downtrend that we've had worldwide, this stock held up pretty well.
Yes, it did. And if it could break that that B point on Tom's ABC method,
my goodness,
it's about a $71.
Absolutely, yeah, it is. And and during the break, I was trying to take a look at what the expansion would be, see if that might be setting up a butterfly pattern. But this is one of those stocks where if you can, once it breaks through that 63.58 area, it's got $74 written all over it. Absolutely.
Okay, well, I appreciate your assistance,
you bet.
I'll stick with it and keep the stop reasonably tight. And if it comes back, well, we can always pick it up again.
Yeah, I hope for you that it gets above 54.24 on more than 1.8 million shares. That'd be a great trade. Great trade there, Sam. Thanks for calling. Always good to hear your voice.
Thanks, man. Have a great day, Steve.
Okay, you bet. You bet. Folks, let's go back. And, right now you've got the Dow up 270, the S&P's up 27, the NASDAQ's up 58, small caps up big, 21. Everything is up big today. And the DAX, we'll go take a look at the DAX. In fact, let's do that. Then we'll come back and take a look at, we'll continue to dive into the Qs. Let's go see where the DAX finished because it closed 8 minutes ago. And so on my chart here, let's see if the DAX closed at its highs. Let's see here. Come on, quickly pounce up. Oh, that was the Nikkei. We didn't want to look at that. Let's go take a look at the DAX. We didn't want to look at that. Where's the DAX? The DAX closed almost at its highs, folks, so inside that swing point. Didn't get over it. Don't know what the volume is, but that is a good sign. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. I love looking at those stars. Hope you do, too, as well. Thanks so much for joining us. Right now, you got the Dow up 260, S&P's up 26, and we're continuing to drill down into the top 10 holdings inside the Qs. Well, Microsoft is also one of those. So we've done Google, we've done Amgen, and right now we're taking a look at Microsoft. Now, it's always important on a chart to be able to go back and take a look for any high volume days out there, because you're going to run into those. Those are going to be either support or resistance. It's also important when you cross over those, because, you know, and what you're looking for in those areas there is there's not enough stock that you, me, Sam, individuals are going to buy all at one time, all on that same day, other than through your funds, other than what the money managers, the real money folks that are out there putting to use. So you want to be able to understand, you know, where you've got some real support or resistance. In the case of Microsoft, the day that you'd be looking at, folks, you'd be looking at April 29, 2011. The low on that was 25.36, the high was 26.64, and the volume that you had was 319 million shares. Now, you are up above that today. You're trading at 25.68. So you want that as a frame of reference. Now, interesting enough, you know, we talk about these retracement areas. If you take a look at what Microsoft did, coming off of its bottom in August of 2011, August 23rd, the low of 24.03, when it made its way all the way up to the 27.50 area, it did that on September the 20th. And then it pulls back. Where does Microsoft pull back to? The 0.786. The actual price extension of what that 0.786 was, $24.58. What does Microsoft do? Of course, it gets back to $24.60, 2 pennies away. 2 pennies when you're going from a range of 27.50 to 23.79. It pulls back to that area. It stops. That's a normal area to look at. That's why on this next move up, we've got to be paying attention to the 0.618, 786 areas of the retracement here. In this case here on on Microsoft, what you can see is it also had a pretty decent downdraft. Now you're already into the gap of that downdraft. The low of that area is 25.97, 72 million shares. That, in essence, is one of the things that it's coming into. Right now, today, what you've done is 22 million shares. So you can do 72 million shares. You can get back into that swing point on 72 million shares. If we take a look at the retracement area, you know, Microsoft has got some more work to do right now. Forget about that thing where it got more work to the downside. That's a different, that's for something different. That's a longer term thing that I'm looking at. If you're looking at my charts on TigerTV and you absolutely want to be watching this on TigerTV or catching the archive, if you're looking at the archive, go over to TigerTV channel 14. You can watch this. And now what you see here is you want to see how Microsoft gets into the gap. So that 25.97 is key. You want to see it get into there with more than 27 million shares. It's not a swing point, but it is a downdraft where you had quite a bit of selling pressure, and you want to see how it handles it when it gets into that area. Now, what Microsoft has done is it's really only been able to retrace back to the 0.382 area. That's 25.71. So I have to see how Microsoft closes here during the day. It'll give us a decent signal. So that's on Microsoft. Let's go take a look at, we've got 6 more to look at here. Apple. Let's go take a look at Apple. Okay, Apple is the big dog here. Now, on Apple, what you can see on the daily chart was it set up that butterfly pattern. You know, and that butterfly pattern certainly gave us a great signal that the markets were going to pull back, or at least the Qs were going to pull back. And the markets, because Apple's a big part of the S&P as well. Now, on the pullback that we have here, this is interesting because the pullback, let me just make sure I've got the right retracement going here. Give me 1 second here to get rid of that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to go ahead and go from the A point on Apple, which is the August 8th time frame. That's the low of 353.02. I'm going all the way up to the high that it made when it completed the Gartley on September 20th. And when you take a look at the retracement, the 0.382 retracement, where when you see these butterflies, you see these Gartleys, you know, I tell you, 90+% of the time, you will see a pullback at least to that area. Well, that was 396.18. Apple pulled down below that, did that yesterday, rejected that when we took a look at a 10-minute intraday chart when Tom and I were doing the Money Masters show. We were showing folks that it was coming in there. There wasn't enough volume on the way down, and you could expect that it wasn't going to break any further than that and was going to move higher. And, in fact, that's what it did. And so it's rejected that. So it's only done a 0.382 retracement. Now, what you want to take a look at on Apple, the next move before it gives us any information is what does it do when it gets into that September 20th swing point. You have 14 million shares. Oh, wait a minute here. You have 27 million shares. The low on that is 411.19. And right now today what you've done is 9.5 million shares. So let's just say 10 million shares during the first 3 hours, 15 minutes of trading. You should have enough volume today for it to get up into that swing point. It's trading towards its lows. I know I saw a little thing come across my screen. The next Tuesday, Apple's going to maybe show its new phones or something like that. So there's going to be some new announcement from Apple. But Apple, is not helping the Qs out at all. It's trading all the way back into, let's see, the high of yesterday was 409.38. You're trading at 405.27. So you're still into, let's see, 409.38. And right now you're trading at 405.19. Yeah. So, in order for these markets to move, believe it or not, you really got to be paying attention to Apple. It's not just all about one stock, but there's so much weighted in the Qs and in the S&P. Let's dig down a little bit further. So that's, you got to take a look at Apple as it gets into that September 20th swing point. Let's dig down a little further. Our next stop that we'll take a look at, Qualcomm, ticker symbol QCOM. Qualcomm right now is trading at 52.35. The swing point, the September 20th swing point on that has got 14.7 million shares. Right now today it's done 5.8. Absolutely enough volume. Hasn't gotten all the way up to the top of that, but look for it to give us some information when it gets to the 53.04 area. If there was a big push in the market to close even higher, just as the DAX did, as it closed near its highs, and you can get Qualcomm up to 53.04, look for it to close above that with more than 14 million shares. Certainly looks like right now it's got the volume. The other thing when you're taking a look at Qualcomm here, and I was doing this before we went long in the marketplace. Again, I was taking a look at the top 10 inside the Qs before we took our position to see what it was doing at the bottoms. In the case of Qualcomm, you were taking a look at the August 9th swing point, had 32 million shares, and we came down on the 22nd with 24 million shares. The following trading session with 18 million shares. The following session with 20 million shares, it was rejecting that swing point. That's, folks, why I want you to understand these swings as we're taking a look at digging down into the Qs, into the top 10. Folks, 877-927-6648. Would absolutely love to hear from you. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
According to a recent survey conducted by CNBC, 65% of Americans are less confident about their investing due to the market's recent volatility. Even worse, just as many people believe their best days are behind them. Don't buy into it, folks, because they're dead wrong. And to prove it, Tom O'Brien and I are hosting a free workshop, Money Mastery, this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay, where we'll teach you how to obliterate those 5 elements that are jeopardizing your family's well-being. We'll teach you how to play the money game, what you can expect, and how to get extraordinary results. And don't tell yourself you don't have the resources. You absolutely do. All you need is 3 hours of time this Saturday, October 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Go to the homepage of tfnn.com and sign up for Money Mastery now. We look forward to seeing you there. Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Boy, time flies, folks. We are into our last segment. Been here for 3 hours. It feels like I just arrived. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you stay tuned, because coming up next is Don Kaufman, the Best Option Hour show that's out there. And then after that, from 3 to 4, Ken Shreve. And then Tom will take us home from 4 to 6. Now, I've got Amazon up on my screen as well. You know, we need Amazon if we're going to continue to stay long in this marketplace. You know, we need Amazon to help us up here. And when we're taking a look at what Amazon has done, Amazon has come first. It's got it's got a butterfly pattern, and you know just how I've been saying. You know, 90+% of the time on these butterflies, these Gartleys, it'll at least do a 0.382 retracement of that A to D swing. Well, what did Amazon do? Amazon did exactly that. The 0.382 retracement was 218.44. What it got down to was a low of 219. I mean, come on, 60-some-odd cents on a 56 cents on a $244 stock. Absolutely did what it was supposed to. Now, today we're going to have to take a look at the signal on this, because Amazon is had tested this morning the swing point from September 19th. The low on that is, let's see here, 232.08. 8.2 million shares. Now, it's got the volume today. It's got the juice. It's already done 4.5 million shares, but it has rejected that swing point. If you dig down into the 10-minute, and this is going to give us a heads up with regard to what's going on in the market. Now, when it opened up at, let's see, the high here was went from 234. It opened at 234.22, got as high as 234.75 before starting to sell off. Now, you had volume up there. So today, if our markets finish strong, go take a look at Amazon. You should at least see this thing get back into those highs on this close. If you didn't, you know, there's more work to the downside on this butterfly. Let's quickly go over to Brad in Colorado. He's got a general question. Brad, thanks for calling.
Hey, great show, Steve, and thank you for going through these charts. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thanks for listening, mostly, and thanks for calling. I really do appreciate you calling.
Well, thank you. My question was, it was just what you just answered. If Amazon doesn't close up at its highs, or let's say Apple doesn't make that swing, is that a case to go bearish?
It's a case to start looking for being bearish, absolutely. You know, what you got to do is you got to put it in context of what else is going on, you know, with the other indexes. And some of it is a matter of going and taking a look at weakness and just seeing how much strength is in those weaker indices. So what I will do, I will take a look at the small caps and take a look at what's inside there. I'll also start digging down into the S&P 500, go into the 9 sectors and take a look at the financials to see what that is giving us. And because, what the Qs are having a problem with is, 2 of the big high flyers finished butterfly patterns out there. And when you finish a butterfly, you're simply going to do a retracement. So that is indicating to us that, there's more work likely to be done to the downside to at least retrace back to the 0.618 area. So we got to be cautious here. And look, the reality is, what's really changed between yesterday, the day before, last week, and today over in Europe? Not a lot, right?
Right.
And what's really changed with regard to debt structures around the world? Not a lot. We've had the market pushed down into its lows with lighter volume. It said that there was going to be a bounce. It's been a heck of a nice bounce. I mean, this is giving us some really great trading range opportunities. But that's how I would take a look at it, Brad, is, you got to put it, I don't make a trading decision just based on only one thing. You got to put it together with strength and weakness out there.
Right. I guess also included in that question was the fact that there's the P index day today and the new moon.
Absolutely. But now these things don't have to hit exactly on the day. Okay, so we were coming into the bottom, yesterday and on Friday, and you can have a couple-day window there. Not necessarily on the new moon, but thanks for calling. We're out of time here. Stay tuned for Don Kaufman. Join me tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for the call, Brad. Folks, will be stay tuned for Don Kaufman.